I call myself a food addict because I use food the way that substance users use drugs and the way alcoholics use alcohol. So we all have a biological need to eat, and then we have another part of our brain is the desire to eat that has nothing to do with survival. And for me, certain foods, especially chemically engineered foods, light up my brain and light up my reward center in a way that makes me want to eat addictively. And I can tell you those exact foods, they contain sugar and they contain flour. And I also use food not only for pleasure, but as a coping skill, as a way not to feel feelings, as a way to escape life. My name is Sandra Elia, and I am a recovering food addict who lost over 100 pounds 14 years ago. And I took something that I thought was the greatest curse you could put on somebody in their 20s, and I used that and transformed, and today I make it my life's work to help other people on this journey. By the time that I was in my late 20s, I was classified as morbidly obese. I was suffering from horrific depression. I was on a cocktail of mood stabilizers and antidepressants. At the age of 29, tying my shoes was too much of a challenge. Getting in and out of the car was excruciating. If I could just be thin, then I'll have the marriage I want, the job I want, the life I want. And so I went on crazy diet after diet after diet. I had to let go of the scale. I really had to put that away. And I remember when I started on this journey, I said to myself, whether I lose another pound or not again, I can't live like this. I honestly cannot live like this. I can't eat like this. It's making me go crazy. So what I set out to do was just eat to be sane and move my body in ways that I enjoy. And now my weight is none of my business. To this day, I don't know what I weigh, and I don't need to know because that number never made me happy. And I want people to know that it isn't overnight. It isn't you wake up one morning and you're able to change your entire life, because believe me, I used to pray for that magical Monday morning where I was going to eat right and exercise and lose a pound a day, right? Which isn't even physiologically possible, but that was my standard. My standard for so long was perfection, and when you strive for perfection, that means, as a human being, I'm going to fail every single day. Well, when I was in it and trying diet after diet, I certainly took on this feeling that I was a complete failure. I, for some reason, could not control what was going into my mouth. And I would try to seek medical help with this, and of course the doctor would tell me, eat less and move more. And I thought, wow, if it's that simple, why can't I just get it? What I learned over time was I wasn't failing year after year after year, but really those diets were failing me. My first step was really having a shift in perception. So I look at food, real food, as food. And I look at everything else, all the ultra-processed, chemically engineered foods, I look at them as drugs. For me, they acted like drugs, and they nearly robbed me of my life and my health. So when we point a finger at somebody living with obesity and we offer them that simple solution of eat less and move more, it really makes people want to hide. It makes them feel like it's totally their fault. Anytime you're in a situation where you're throwing the blame on the person who's actually suffering, you're saying to them, don't come back, don't look for any more help. So I feel like we're in a situation right now with people living with obesity where we've put a ton of barriers and obstacles for them to seek and find the treatment that they want.